Courses at St. Andrews. I graduated in 1987. Both my children graduated from St. Andrews as well. My son's from the class of 2014 and my daughter's from the class of 2016. They would say that I was a student 100 years ago and everything is very different, but I would like to argue not everything is different. We're still a nurse-led health center as it was back in. We just have many more staff. Rachel, if you want to go ahead and open up the slides, I promise this is not a like kill you a slide situation. I have, I think, 5 or 6 slides. I just wanted to start with this slide because this is the first thing the students see when they walk into the health center. As you can see, it's kind of a homemade board where we have all of the pictures of the staff at the health center. And it can look a little overwhelming because we have so many staff. We are open 24/7 while the students are on campus. So I will say the doors close and lock on the inside, but the students can still get into the health center at 11 p.m. at night, and we unlock them at 6 a.m. During the night, if the students need to come in, they come into the first part of the health center and they can use a phone to call the nurse and she'll unlock the inner door. But so you can see from this board, there's lots of nurses. I'm up there on the top left, and my associate director, Nicole Keene, who lives about 2 miles from school, is up there on the right. Then we have Trish Carrico on the far left. She's our coordinator. She is not a nurse, but she is a wealth of information, especially when it comes to things like logistics. She is the one who's organized our vaccine clinics. We just had one last Wednesday. We have one coming up November 5th. And she is in charge of all the insurance related situations. And Erin Ketzner below her, she's our health center assistant. If you have a child that needs to go to urgent care during the day, or we've made an appointment with them with like an allergist or an orthodontist or something, she would most likely be the one accompanying them to the appointment. And then the staff in the middle section, those are all of our nurses. Some of our nurses work once or twice a month. Others work, 2 to 3 times a week. In total, we only have five nurses that are full-time, and that includes myself and Nicole. The rest are part-time. So we can go ahead and go on to the next slide. It's a little bit about who we are. So one of the topics that I was told people would be interested in was what can we do to prepare for residential life as far as health goes. So I kind of said, this is a little bit about head to toe and everything in between. For helping your child stay healthy while they're at school, big points are hydration. When they're out in the sun, sports are playing all day. Sunglasses help to also prevent headaches. Sunscreen, bug repellent, showering after sports, hanging up towels. Those are all pieces that help with the skin. That's the everything in between. We see often a lot of skin infections. Sometimes they're bacterial like impetigo, sometimes they're fungal like ringworm, but some of these showering after sports is a big one, hanging up their towels, making sure they thoroughly dry and washing them will help prevent some of the fungal situations. Also, foot care can be huge. We have kids that I would say one of the most frequent procedures we have on the feet are ingrown toenails. So just helping your child maintain their toenails and getting them, checking on them when they're at home. Sometimes they don't come to us for problems with their feet until they're in a pretty serious situation. So encouraging them to do just some of these really basic things will help prevent all the things on that right column. As well as, and I didn't really list it in here, but talking to your students about caffeine. As far as like we see sometimes kids walking around with their Celsius drinks or other like types of products like 5 Hour Energy. We don't sell any of those in the on campus, but we do know that some students sometimes order them online or bring them back with them from being at home. So those are just kind of some of the basic things. Rachel, you can go ahead and Another piece of information, Nemours Children's Hospital is the closest children's hospital to us. We also have Christiana Care, which has a freestanding Middletown ER that's about 2.5 miles from campus that we can take students for, something that could be an anaphylactic reaction if they have a peanut allergy and they've somehow consumed peanuts. Or some they might have broken a bone and we need to take them for care. We also have Go Health Urgent Care in Middletown and plenty of other facilities. We also utilize the Nemours pediatric office in Middletown quite a bit. Go ahead, Rachel. We'll just kind of cruise through these and then we can have, talk about things. As far as care and recovery at home, when we ask you to come get your child, first it would be that you're close enough that that's reasonable, that you can make a drive to us and that you can drive your child home reasonably so that they're comfortable. Reasons that we would do that would be times of outbreaks, or if they have something that's going to keep them out of classes for a few days, like 3 to 5 days. COVID, influenza. We've had a couple cases of pertussis in the last 2 years. Sometimes pneumonia. Significant injury if they're requiring surgery imminently, or if their pain is hard to manage. We've had some broken collarbones that have left the student feeling very like kind of inadequate pain coverage for what we can manage at the health center, and it was best to go home. And then sometimes, very rarely, we have illnesses that with really complex diagnoses, and for the child to be home and with a parent for managing specialist appointments to come up with the proper diagnosis just makes a lot more sense than us trying to take them in and out of classes and not being totally focused on it. So I think we just have 1 or 2 more slides left. So this is a picture of our health center. I actually took this today, just in case someone hasn't been to campus or where they've been to campus and haven't seen our health center. The entire first floor is the health center. And if you're looking at the center door, the total side to the left is all the residential area where students would stay. We have 5 rooms with a total of 11 beds. Each room has its own bathroom. And then the right side is more where we have our exam rooms and our medication room and like a kitchen to help prepare things for the students. So when they're admitted to the health center, if they're admitted and they're staying overnight, say they've been diagnosed with COVID, and say it's their symptoms, they've had symptoms for 3 days, and we know they're only going to be staying isolated with us for another 2 days. We're not going to ask you to make a drive to come get them unless you want to, with 2 days left to stay. So they'll stay with us. We'll make sure you're notified. We'll make sure their advisors notified, their academic advisors notified that they're staying with us. We're not sharing the diagnosis. We're sharing that they'll need to stay with us. We'll be doing focused assessments. We'll also do full sets of vital signs at least once daily. We will allow them to sleep through the night. If they really required, like, say, a hospital admission, they wouldn't be in the health center. So we're not going to be waking them up all night long like someone might do in the hospital. So we'll let them sleep through the night and be available to them if they need something. So then I think my final slide is just really questions and answers. So what kind of information can I offer you guys?